Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game of Age of Empires 4 and another game with Beastie Cutie. He's going to be spawning in on the left-hand side of the map in the color yellow, playing as the Abbasid dynasty. We're on the map The Pit, and his opponent today is spawning in on the right-hand side of the map in the color purple. It's going to be Numadan playing also as the Abbasid dynasty. So a little bit of an Abbasid dynasty mirror. Now, hopefully this isn't just a TC boom off like we're used to with the Abbasid, but I think this matchup is actually somewhat interesting now, since the most recent patch where all the wings have been adjusted, because I think trade wing, especially on the pit, is a lot more viable, as well as the military wing. Now we have seen Marine Lord, oh god, poor Marine Lord with his trade build. So in round 2 of Golden League, he attempted the trade on the pit, but it didn't go so well for him because he was up against the Mongols, and trading when you're up against the Mongols, it's typically not the best idea. But Beastie in this situation, Abbasid Dynasty mirror, you know, you're not expecting a lot of aggression out of an Abbasid player. So in this situation, either of these players could go for the trade wing, but we're gonna have to see what they go for. Obviously, Eco Wing still such a strong wing to go for. Beastie already has down his House of Wisdom. Numadan yet to drop it down. Hopefully he hasn't forgotten about it. Sometimes you can forget when you're playing the Abbasid that you actually need to build the House of Wisdom. Gonna be dropping down a mill, and there it is, the House of Wisdom coming down. So both players going for relatively similar builds here. We do see Numadan is building a mill though. So maybe looking for a wheelbarrow in transition. But both players going to be sticking to that food for the time being with the sheep. And Beastie is going to be... looks like he's going to be the first to click up. Still quite a lot of villagers here on the gold. So maybe he's looking for that Fertile Crescent upgrade. Or maybe he's looking for that wheelbarrow in transition. But hasn't dropped down a mill yet. But there it is, the Egypt coming through, and it's going to be the trade wing. There it is, trade wing coming in from Beastie Cutie. Now, is Numadan going to be going for the same? No, he's not. He's going to be going for Eco Wing. So we're going to have the Eco Wing. We got the Town Center Boom versus the trade wing from Beastie. This is going to be an interesting one. Now, I feel like the trade wing is actually really, really good in Age 2. Now, unlike any of the other wings, this one... well, I mean, I guess it... You know, the military wing, it scales for each age. So age 2, when you age up with it, you get 2 spearmen and an archer, and then castle age, 2 camel riders, then imperial age, you get 3 hand cannoneers. Whereas with the trade wing, you just get 3 traders for whatever age up you go with. So that's why it's best to get this wing when advancing to the feudal age. Because this is going to mean Beastie's going to get 3 traders immediately from here. He's going to be able to immediately start trading. And Numadan's going to find it very hard to deny at least that first trade. And Beastie getting off 1 trade with the 3 traders is already enough of a payback for him. We're going to have to see if he looks to double down on the trade. But to be honest, I think just aging up with this for that initial trade is worth it. But we'll have to see what he looks to do with it. Now, this is where I'm wondering if maybe aging up with the military wing when you know your opponent's going trade wing could be a possibility. But it's hard to know what your opponent's going to be aging up with. Obviously, you can see it on the House of Wisdom, but you have to be keeping a very close eye that they don't change it. And then, you know, you're going to be aging up a little bit later because you're waiting to see what they will age up with. And then even then, the military wing doesn't really offer too much to deny that trade. Obviously, 2 spearmen and archer is nice, but not going to be that significant. Because obviously your opponent can drop down an archery range, get out 2 archers, and that'll be your little force denied. But Beastie going to be moving out now. Let's see how much trade he gets from these 3 traders, because I reckon it's got to be quite a bit. And he's got a nice spawn right up against the edge, dropping down that market in the opposite side. Numadan is around here. He's scouted out that trade wing. Let's have a look. 26. Look at that amazing trade right there. Yeah, it's because he's still got it rallied to the House of Wisdom here. So he will be moving it over to the market. So we'll see the true trade in just a second. But Nomadon going to be looking to attack the traders here with his scout. Only doing the 1 damage, so it's going to take quite a few hits. Wolf also helping out though. And Beastie in response to this is yet to drop down any production buildings quite yet. We see he's grabbed his wheelbarrow. Both players have grabbed their wheelbarrow. And there we go. There's the true trade. That's amazing. He's also grabbed the Grand Bazaar upgrade, which means he gets a percentage of his gold in another resource. Or extra. So 40 extra food right there he gets from these traders, which is pretty good. I would say that's pretty good, and you can always switch this over to a different resource if he so wishes, but food is going to be the way he's looking to play it for the time being. And with that food, he's going to be able to produce lots of horsemen. Could even go into some camel riders, camel archers possibly as well. Camel riders we've been seeing a little bit more of recently, and it could always be a possibility here when you're facing horsemen from your opponent, which is what Nomadon is going to be going for. And we see here Beastie is guaranteed to get this first trade off. He's also walled up a little bit here. Means it's going to be a little bit harder for Nomadon to reach these traders, but the first horseman is going to be coming in. Second town center coming through from Nomadon. We can see he's grabbed the Fertile Crescent upgrade. Going to mean he gets that nice discount on all economic buildings. And it looks like Beastie is going to be losing a trader here. I'll be very surprised if he gets to keep this alive. Though, does have a horseman of his own coming out. I think this one will be going down, but it's alright. Like, these are three free traders right here. Losing one of them is not a big deal. You've already paid off, like, you know, 200 resources with that one trader that you got for free. So, really not a big deal for him. Again, doesn't matter if you lose the second one either. But Camel Archer going to be coming out from Beastie to defend this position. Going to be reducing the damage of these horsemen by 2. And now we actually see Beastie dropping down 2 markets over here as well. Is he doing the trade trick? Yes, he is doing the trade trick. So going to be able to get that nice trade super quickly. So he's on 3 markets, two of which are producing. Now it looks like Beastie's going to be going for some walls. Is this where Nomadon looks to go for more TCs, or is he going to be going all-out aggression here? So it seems like he's going to be going for the aggressive play. I mean, yeah, you can't really leave this uncontested. Trade wing when they've got their Grand Bazaar upgrade as well. It's just so many resources that BC's gathering. This is going to be 2 town centers for Nomadon. Looking to double down now. Needs to keep the trade under harassment. Does take a while for the traders to reach their destination. So Nomadon does have time to where he can build up a mass. Going to be going into some spears now as well. Double stable and spears. And BC's just going to be looking to finish up the wall. Quick walling that whole wall. Nomadon going to try and break through, but I mean, we got 2 camel riders here. Or camel archers, sorry. And I mean, it's pretty much impossible for Nomadon to break through this. Oh, without a large mass, that is. Beastie needs to be careful. Needs to get this gate up. Does cancel it in time. Nomadon is on the deer. So he's going to be getting that efficient food. May want to grab survival techniques. No blacksmith technologies coming through yet for... Okay, first one coming through is going to be Bloomery. Going to be increasing the attack of the horsemen. As well as the spears. But we can see here, Beastie. He's about to get more trade through. We got 3 more traders. 5... we got loads of traders here, in fact. So he's about to have a load of gold in. Which means he can afford... He could afford, you know, camel riders. And you could even look towards a castle age, possibly. Because we see him just walling up very heavily right now. And with that food as well, going to mean he can get more of the units out. We see up to 10 horsemen, 3 camel archers compared to the 9 horsemen from Numadan, as well as a few spears. But I feel like spears in this position really isn't the optimal choice when you're up against camel archers. And with Beastie's micro, you know he's going to be on point with the kiting of these guys. So Numadan's going to try break through the front here. The benefit of having spears, though, is that he can just sit on this market. He's not looking to be the aggressor. Well, he's aggressing, but he can just sit on one point. He doesn't have to push the opponent. He's just sitting on. He's just gonna want to sit on this market, and he'll want Beastie to come to him, which is why spears are decent in this position. Beastie gonna be losing out on quite a few horsemen. Doesn't have the camel archers here, but they're gonna be coming in from behind, and Numadan could be losing his whole force here. Not paying attention. His cavalry mass just under pressure right now. They've just been completely surrounded. Numadan's going to try burn down the market, but that's a huge investment right there of horsemen just being chucked down the drain. And Beastie's already got 3 villagers here to instantly replace it. A terrible engagement right there for Numadan. Market going to be immediately replaced, and I mean, not that much disruption here for the market. Oh, I say that we got some short distance trading going on right here for Beastie, bringing in that 0 food and 0 gold. But he'll have this fixed in just a moment. I mean, maybe this wasn't worth it for Numadan. I mean, if Beastie doesn't notice this, there we go. Now he notices. Beastie going to be pushed back once again. Spearman mass for Numadan. Pretty decent number, but I mean, yeah, the camel archers. We've got 5 camel archers out of 4 Beastie. He should be able to just one-shot these archers. We got the +1 range defense in for Beastie. He's got the Blue Murray coming in for himself. May want to grab Steeled Arrow, just so he can ensure he kills these spearmen. But we can see that he doesn't need that upgrade. 5 camel archers is plenty here to deal with the spears. And now Numadan's second town center is going to be put under some pressure here. And we see Numadan at the same point is going to be aging up. He's going with the trade wing himself. If you can't beat him, join him. That's what Numadan is thinking right now. He's got a load of villagers over here on this berry patch, having to evacuate from the second town center spot. Oh, so close to walling this up. Beastie manages to sneak through 2 horsemen and manages to body block there the wall. Those 2 villagers gonna be going down. Beastie at the same point, lacking quite a few resources, but he's got the military mass, and he shouldn't be too far away from aging up, especially when you've got, oh my goodness, that's a lot of traders. 12 traders right there. Each one of them has like 200 gold as well. I can't actually see how much they have. Okay, but they have plenty of resources. Look at the bank. Wow, that's the power of the Abbasid trade right there. I mean, not only are you getting all that gold, but the food as well. And now you just buy a little bit of food, and Beastie can click up. And at the same point, he's pushing Numadan's base. The cavalry mass that he's got right here is so huge. You can push onto these villagers on the wood line, and we can see Numadan already evacuating away onto the side wood line. Beastie going to be aging up with the military wing. Beastie still putting pressure on that northern side. Trade wing about to complete for Numadan. He's going to be able to grab those upgrades, and if he can get a nice round on Beastie's army and take a favorable trade, he may be looking pretty decent. But unfortunately, just not a huge mass for him. 16 horsemen and 4 spears. He's got some camel riders in the queue. Nice brace coming out from Numadan. Only Blueberry in from that blacksmith. So Beastie does have the lead when it comes to those blacksmith upgrades. Villager going to be going down. Beastie starting to build that economic lead by quite a significant amount. Raid still going on up north. Numadan's attention focused on that northern point. We see Beastie does spot that market has been built from Numadan. So Beastie knows what Numadan's looking to do. And Numadan going to be losing so many villagers here. He doesn't even have textiles in. Numadan going to be losing so many villagers. He needs to deal with this. Luckily for him, Beastie not looking to fully surround, and Numadan's just going to be returning back to work. Definitely not what you want to be doing. Camel riders are out for him though. Camel Rider's going to be able to do very well up against the Horseman. But just not a big enough mass. But Horseman coming in from Numadon around the side. No veterancy upgrades in yet for either player. And this should be a favorable trade for Numadon with those Camel Riders mixed in there. He does indeed take a better fight right there. Beastie losing out all of his Camel Archers. And more Camel Riders appear for Numadon. But I mean, look at the trade behind this. This is absolutely insane. We've got 6 markets out of Beastie. 6 markets right now. And each trade is bringing in 163 gold and 40 wood. You got to remember, traders are so cheap for the Abbasid. Only 40 wood, 40 gold. It's ridiculous how quickly traders pay themselves off. And right now, Beastie's just buying as much time as he possibly can get. And we see the amount of resources he's just stacking up right now. It's crazy. Numadon's trying to get up his trading economy as well, but he's a little bit late to the party. We see he's got his first 3 on the way home. 22 gold on those traders. I think that might be a bit of a visual bug right there, because they are making their way over here. So it should be relatively similar to Beastie, so around 160. And this is where Numadon realizes he needs to get up trade quickly. Which is dropping down 5 traders, or 5 markets. Beastie grabbing a load of his camel upgrades, veterancy upgrades, as well as camel handling. Increases the movement speed. And now this is where Beastie's just going for full-on camel composition. Mass camel rider, mass camel archer. What does Numadon have to deal with this? Now we've also got Camel Rider shields, increasing the melee armor by +3 for Camel Riders. And we've also got Culture Wing coming in from Beastie. I mean, that's just the power of the Abbasid trade right there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. He's already aging up to age 4. And he's going to be doing that with the Culture Wing, which means he can get the reduction of technologies. But I mean, at that point, he's going to have most of them in at that point. So, but Beastie going to be chased down by the Camel Riders. This is really a fight he can take. I mean, we've already got 8 Camel Riders here for Numadon. We've got the 12 and 3 Camel Archers for Beastie. But he's just making his way up north. He wants to stop the trade. Trade is Beastie's main priority to shut down right now. It's Numadon's only hope of a redemption. And we see here Beastie going to be able to get that nice surround. And it's going to be a favorable trade for him. We just see how much damage these guys have. Numadon just can't take this fight, but he commits to it. He knows he needs to do something about this army because he can't trade. We see the traders are back on their way. 146. And there it is. GG's going to get called. Numadon going to be tapping out. Beastie taking the win there with the Abbasid trade. I mean, what a build out of Beastie QT right there. I really hope we see more Abbasid trade on this map because these games are kind of crazy. So if you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.